How's it going, New World? Sethphir here, and today we are back hard at work on the PTR once again. As always, we will now be looking at some of the new enemies and new locations on the map. This is going to be a Yeti cave, or ice cave as New World likes to call it, that is going to be located in Eden's Grove. This has a named Yeti at a decently high level, so you could get some quite interesting drops from this area. As you can see, we have a Yeti named Juna on the map that will be coming up here. So I thought it was pretty fun to see. The Yeti has a couple of interesting mechanics. She'd like to do a bit of a frost breath and some sort of an AoE pushback frost jump or avalanche type thing. In addition to that, the enemies that die here seem to turn into snowballs. We weren't quite sure what it was for, but they turn into snowballs and you can kill them, and you could also just let them sit there. They don't particularly seem to do anything at all in general, right? So as stated in the patch notes, they said that there was going to be these ice caves popping up, and with the ice caves was going to come some enemies that have some unique drops, so there are some new named items in the game. This Yeti in particular drops a legendary or a high-level ice gauntlet, so that could be something really cool to go ahead and find. And there are several other Yetis and bosses in different ice caves located throughout Aeternum. This is going to be the location in Eden's Grove, as I showed you on the map at the beginning, but there are several other areas. But when we went out hunting for these, they tended to be in the areas where there were just like a path and some generic cave where some point of interest should be, and then we found the Yeti or the ice cave point of interest there. So it will appear on your map as a icy, like cave looking area if you get close to it, even if you haven't revealed that point of interest yet. So don't worry, you'll be able to go ahead and find that location relatively easy. You will have to hunt a little bit. But once you kill the Yeti, all the monsters inside the cave do despawn. And in this cave in the back, there was a supply stockpile, but we had looted it previously, so that's why it's gone here. You'll be able to pick that one up, and there's also a bit of star metal, as you can see to the right and left, but we also got that one as well. So there's a few things relative to the zone level where you find the ice cave at. If you go to a lower zone level, like level 25, 35, the Yetis will be about that level, so the items will be scaling up appropriately. And the respawn time on a lot of these monsters is very, very fast. We're actually going to hang tight here just to show you that respawn time in action. But it seems to be about 2 to 3 minutes before the whole cave respawns. And when the Yeti does spawn, it spawns the entire cave. Like, everything comes back. So you can kill the monsters for a little bit of drops. You can clear them out so that you can get the Yeti. But I think the main thing is just to go for the named boss here and try to farm that one. So we went around and searched in some other locations as well. I'm going to try to find the locations of all these Yetis before the game comes out. So just in case you want to go through and pick them all up, you can go ahead and do that without any consequence. And then there's one other final area that should be for the quest line coming up here for the Winter's Convergence Festival. So we're going to go ahead and show you that. We're not going to spoil anything from the quest line. We're just going to show you the location of where you would summon the Winter Warrior, or the final part of that. So we'll go ahead and skip on forward to that in here in just a moment. Alright, here we are in the Shattered Mountain in the northern section of the map, and you can see that we now have some new enemies. There are like frosted ghosts around this area. There's 65 elite, so they could be quite challenging. I would recommend to bring a friend. That way you can kind of deal with these a little bit better. But up ahead would be the cave where you're supposed to summon the Winter Warrior. It has a few interesting things inside. It has Orichalcum veins. It has an elite supply box, so that's a little odd for that to be in an area like that, but there will be an additional elite chest that you can get every day inside of there. And it also just seems to contain a bunch of random elites, and then there's some sort of an altar inside that looks like it would be for the quest line. When you enter the cave, it says something about objective or something like that. We're assuming it's for the winter quest line, but we don't want to spoil anything, so we didn't, do it ourselves. We're gonna save that for the live version of the game and check all that stuff out here. But as you can see, it says objective started, journal updated, and it says something about the Winter Warrior there. So this would be the location for where you would probably go to summon the final part of this quest line. So just in case you get to that point and you're like, oh man, where is this stupid thing, because they're so hard to find on the map, don't worry, we got you covered. You could just simply look at this video and see exactly where that is and where you need to go. All right, let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit as we do just kill a bit of these mobs, and we'll show you some of the goodies inside of this cave. All right, moving up a little bit here, you can see that we do have some Orichalcum ore. There are like about 3 nodes inside of this cave, and there's also this elite supply chest. So it's very cool to see a little bit of additional options coming into the game here. That we normally wouldn't have before. Usually these are all in like high level elite areas, so I'm sure this cave will be something that people will be going after, as you got Orichalcum nodes, which are always highly contested, and then the free extra box, so maybe going here like once a day or something wouldn't be such a bad move. In addition to that, it's where that quote-unquote Winter Warrior is supposed to be, so that could also be something cool to check out. In addition to this spot here, we're gonna go ahead and see that we are getting some like different items right now. Like these are some of the drops I was getting from killing some of these mobs around this area. So I got this ring that was actually really nice with leeching and thrusting damage on it. So it's cool to see the variety of items increasing in the area. And this would be the Winter Warrior's altar, I guess, so it's where you would bring some sort of a quest line to summon the Winter Warrior. But we'll just, fully check out this cave here and try to get out before we die. But yeah, there's some interesting things going on in Aeternum for sure. There are many more Yeti caves to find, and I will not, spoil everything, but there's a lot of cool things out there. Supposedly one in every area was what I was told. Not sure if that's 100% accurate, but so far we have found a Yeti cave or an ice cave in every area that we have looked, so it seems to check out so far. So let me know what you guys think about this whole winter event thing kind of going on, and then I do have one final thing that I want to show you here in this video, because people were talking about the meteorites or the Gleamite, and we actually found one of the locations of the Gleamite crash landing, so we're going to go ahead and skip forward to that. And if you don't know what that is, it's just something that you can turn in for tokens in the shop in one of the Winter Convergence Festival areas. So we'll go ahead and skip on over to that one now. Alright, and here we are smack dab next to a portal in Eden's Grove. I was hearing this weird sound. It sounded like somebody was closing a portal, and that's what I thought it was. But apparently it was a meteor crashing down from the sky, and it dropped this Gleamite, which is actually giving us quite a lot of reputation. As you can see, we got 25, 30 rep there. So the small piles seem to give about 5 reputation. The large piles of Gleamite tend to give about 25. And I was getting somewhere between 19 Gleamite on average for the big chunks, and the small ones are giving like 1 or 2. I think all in all, between me and my friend here, we walked away with about 120 to 130 Gleamite, and reputation probably somewhere in the level of like 200 or so, maybe a little more than that, once we went ahead and mined all these little aspects that were here. So I like this event. I like that it crash lands and that you can pick up these materials and kind of turn them in for winter tokens. And the winter shop is really cool. If you haven't seen our video on that, go ahead and check that out. We did a small video that showed everything within the winter shop. So there's tons of goodies that you can get in there. Like there's little cosmetics, there's little tiny pets like a little rabbit. There is luck weapons and luck, they have pretty much luck weapons for all varieties, and also corrupted resistance gear. So I don't know if that's Amazon trying to tell us like, hey, get some corrupted resistance gear, this thing's coming soon. Maybe that's what it is. We're not super certain yet, but there's also a ton of recipes and materials and things like that, so it's definitely really cool to see on that note. Alright, so that's going to be just about everything. So all in all, I think that this whole winter event and festival is actually going to be really cool, no pun intended, but they got a lot of nice items and rewards coming along with this. I do like these little Christmas tree type deals that you can keep opening up and getting, and all these little lock boxes that just seem to contain gold and ingots and all kinds of goodies inside of there. It feels like you're going to get quite a bit of money, quite a bit of resources, and just a lot of new things to discover and uncover within the game. So it's going to be a fun time for sure. Once again, thank you for everything, guys, and watching the videos. I appreciate all the support that we have been getting. Make sure to check out the subscribe, like, and bell button down below. We also have a join button if you wish to become a member today, and we also have a Discord in the link down below. You can go ahead and check that one out, and if you want to join and chat with us, you are more than welcome to do so. Thank you for watching the video, and we will catch you in the next one, everyone.